After thousands of years in a devastating war, what is known as the Fimbul Winter, the frozen planet of Tihumen has given way to something called the ice forest. The ice forest is the remnants of a glacier, old ice that is melting away in something that is resembling, which, through stalactites and stalagmites, something that resembles an ice forest.
The actual idea of this was to come up with something that's basically a function of the area that we are in. Basically, it's the Fimbul Winter. It's cold. It's been like that for basically hundreds of thousands of years. So we start looking at the function of the area again. So looking at, say, inspirations like the Larsen Ice Shelf in Antarctica. Now, looking at these photos, it became apparent that, well, we can probably set up a level in here.
Now, within the ice forest, even though this is completely frozen, and of course it's machine-based, because the Dark Elves have actually made a fortress within, it is their home. They're the most comfortable there, and you're on their territory.
The ice forest starts with the exterior. You enter this this mammoth ice shelf, and you approach it by APC, but you soon find out that it's not approachable. You need to get off. You need to assemble your army and attack this enemy stronghold on foot.
This place is massive.
To me, that's very intimidating. I mean, you get in there and you no longer have the protection of huge machinery and weaponry. You're just there on your own, and it's not like it's an even battlefield. You enter someone's home. You don't know where you're going, but they know everything about their entire world.
The technology that you see in the ice forest is directly related to the Dark Elves. I mean, that is their world, and we did want to make sure there was a direct correlation with the enemies. Even the lighting changes from when you first start the level, which is all based on natural lighting, is kind of escaping through the ice above, to the enemy technology, which is the power source, which ends up being the prevailing light source at the end. The shapes change from basic ice structure all the way through to something that becomes more and more organic, with almost vines within the trees there, that again is reinforcing the idea that it's been taken over by the Dark Elves, which have made it a fortress and their home.
So in the language of the Dark Elf, you look at them, they're very curved, they're very organic, so too is their architecture.
Each tree is its own little level, and to get from tree to tree, you can't just, cross bridges all the time and backtrack and fall back. You reach the end of a tree and you reach this jump pad, and the enemies use it and it launches you across. You can't stop and look ahead what's going to be ahead of you. You just have to take this pad and hope wherever you land, you won't get ambushed and you won't get surrounded. I mean, it's the Dark Elf's home, but it's a giant machine. And as you go from tree to tree, you notice that there's energy flowing through the ground itself. You're not walking on anything familiar. The actual ground itself is made out of enemy architecture. It has energy flowing through it, which you could follow, and it does help you lead the way. But it's also intimidating because it's what you're fighting. It's the enemy is all around you.
We go where the battle takes us, First Wolf. Make sure courage guides your sword hand, not your fear.